Hey beautiful soul, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that touches so many people, including me. Healing from abandonment trauma. If you've ever felt that deep ache, that fear of being left behind, or a constant need to please others, then this video is for you. We're going to explore 5 powerful signs that indicate you are finally, truly starting to heal. This isn't about rushing the process. It's about recognizing the incredible strength and resilience you've already cultivated. You've been carrying so much, haven't you? That feeling of needing to be hypervigilant, always on guard. Perhaps constantly putting others first until you're completely depleted. Imagine Mira for a moment. She lived her life always anticipating the next goodbye, meticulously ensuring everyone around her was happy, often at her own expense. One day, she realized she was living in a constant state of internal emergency. It was exhausting. So, she decided to honor her own needs, even just in small ways. And in doing so, she discovered a quiet joy, a sense of peace she'd never truly known. That journey is available to you too. Healing isn't a straight line, and it's certainly not a destination where you suddenly arrive. It's a series of moments, breakthroughs, and gentle shifts. It's about recognizing that you are worthy of love, connection, and safety, simply because you exist. So let's get into these signs. These beautiful markers on your path to reclaiming your peace and becoming more authentically you. The first powerful sign you're truly healing from abandonment trauma is that you are beginning to set healthy boundaries and, here's the crucial part, actually enforce them. For so long, you might have felt like saying no meant risking rejection or being left. The idea of disappointing someone probably felt like a direct threat to your sense of security. But now, you're starting to understand that boundaries aren't about pushing people away. They're about protecting your own well-being and defining what feels good and safe for you. Think of it like this: your personal space, your time, your energy, these are all precious resources. When you have abandonment trauma, you often feel compelled to give these resources away freely, hoping to earn love or acceptance. But as you heal, you learn to build a gentle, protective fence around your inner garden. You decide who enters and how, ensuring that your own needs are met first. This isn't selfish. It's self-loving. Have you noticed yourself saying no to an extra commitment? Or perhaps excusing yourself from a conversation that felt draining, without that crushing guilt you once felt? That's a huge sign of progress. It means you're valuing yourself enough to protect your inner sanctuary. Studies actually show that setting boundaries significantly reduces stress and improves relationship satisfaction because it fosters mutual respect. This newfound ability to create and maintain these healthy limits is a monumental step towards true self-care and genuine connection. It shows you beginning to trust your own instincts and prioritize your peace above the fear of others' disapproval. The second sign that you are deeply healing is that your relationships are evolving from need-based to connection-based. In the past, perhaps unconsciously, your relationships might have been colored by a desperate need for reassurance, a constant validation that you wouldn't be abandoned. This often manifested as clinginess, people-pleasing, or even staying in unhealthy dynamics because the thought of being alone was terrifying. But now, as you heal, you're seeking authentic connection, not just a shield against loneliness. You're no longer content with just anyone. You're looking for people who truly see you, value you, and respect your boundaries. You're starting to recognize the difference between genuine intimacy and simply filling a void. This shift means you're becoming less reactive to perceived threats of abandonment and more grounded in your own sense of self-worth. You understand that your value doesn't depend on another person's presence or approval. You might find yourself naturally gravitating towards healthier, more supportive friendships and partnerships, and gently letting go of those that feel draining or unbalanced. This isn't about being cold or uncaring. It's about choosing relationships that nourish your soul rather than deplete it. It's a beautiful declaration. I am worthy of true reciprocal connection. You're building a network of relationships rooted in mutual respect, where you feel safe, seen, and truly belong, not because you're desperately holding on, but because you're authentically inviting them in. The third incredibly powerful sign you're healing is that you're developing a secure sense of self, even when you're alone. For those with abandonment trauma, Being alone often triggered intense anxiety, loneliness, or a deep sense of unworthiness. It was as if your value was inherently tied to someone else's presence. But as you heal, you're discovering that solitude can actually be a source of peace, creativity, and self-discovery. You're learning to enjoy your own company, to find comfort and joy in your own presence. This doesn't mean you don't enjoy social interaction, but rather that your internal well-being doesn't hinge on it. You might find yourself engaging in hobbies, pursuing passions, or simply sitting in quiet contemplation without feeling that gnawing emptiness. This secure attachment to yourself is truly revolutionary. It means you're building an inner sanctuary, a stable foundation within yourself that no external event can truly shake. You're becoming your own most reliable source of comfort and validation. This is where you start to understand that you are whole, complete, and lovable, regardless of who is or isn't around. This beautiful independence isn't about pushing people away. It's about becoming so full within yourself that any connection you make is an overflow of your abundance, not a desperate attempt to fill a void. It's truly a profound shift towards self-reliance and inner peace. The fourth clear sign you're healing from abandonment trauma is that you're processing and releasing past emotional pain, rather than suppressing it or constantly reliving it. For so long, you might have unconsciously tried to outrun your past, to bury those painful memories and feelings deep down. But abandonment trauma has a way of lingering, often showing up in present-day anxieties, hypervigilance, or intense emotional reactions to perceived threats. As you heal, you're developing the courage and the tools to gently revisit those old wounds. This isn't about dwelling in the past, but rather about acknowledging the pain, understanding its origins, and then consciously letting it go. You might be engaging in therapy, journaling, meditation, or other self-reflection practices that allow you to feel your emotions without being overwhelmed by them. This process is like tending to an old wound. Initially, it might sting, but with careful, compassionate attention, it begins to close and form a healthy scar, no longer actively bleeding. You're learning that it's safe to feel, safe to grieve, and safe to release what no longer serves you. This is a brave and often challenging step, but it's essential for true liberation. It means you're no longer controlled by your past, but rather informed by it, using your experiences to build a stronger, more resilient future. Every tear shed, every insight gained, is a step towards emotional freedom and a lighter heart. And finally, the fifth incredibly uplifting sign that you are finally healing from abandonment trauma is a profound and growing sense of self-compassion and self-worth. For so long, the inner critic might have been loud and relentless, telling you that you weren't good enough, that you were inherently flawed, or that you deserved to be abandoned. This inner narrative is a common byproduct of early trauma, where external rejections can become internalized as personal failings. But as you heal, that harsh voice begins to soften. You're learning to treat yourself with the same kindness, understanding, and patience you would offer a dear friend. This means acknowledging your struggles without judgment, celebrating your small victories, and understanding that mistakes are part of being human, not proof of your unworthiness. You're actively nurturing a kinder, more supportive internal dialogue. This growing self-compassion allows you to embrace your authentic self, flaws and all, and truly believe that you are inherently worthy of love and belonging. It's a deep, unwavering knowing that you are enough, just as you are. Every choice you make for yourself becomes a powerful declaration. I am worthy. I am seen. I am home in my own heart. This isn't arrogance. It's an unconditional acceptance of your own beautiful humanity, and it's the ultimate foundation for a life filled with joy, purpose, and genuine connection. So, my dear, if you recognize any of these signs in yourself, please take a moment to acknowledge your incredible progress. Healing from abandonment trauma is a journey of immense courage and self-love, and you are doing an amazing job. Remember, this is a continuous process, and there will be ups and downs, but these signs are shining beacons, guiding you towards a life of greater peace, authenticity, and profound connection. Thank you so much for joining me today. If this video resonated with you, please give it a big thumbs up, share it with someone who might need to hear this message, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content on healing, growth, and living your most authentic life. Your support means the world, and I love connecting with every one of you in the comments below. Tell me, where are you in your journey of overcoming abandonment trauma? Until next time, stay rooted in self-love.